Welcome back to Vors Physical Media. I'm Vanessa and he's Charles. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Keep hitting that bell notification so you know every single time that we post a video. And we got a Warner Brothers title for you, and it is Ready Player One. As you can tell, we have the steelbook and the book.
The steelbook's actually pretty cool.
Yes.
Because it actually flows the entire way around.
It does. So. And then your discs are actually different colors. So this movie actually came out in 2018, but it takes place in the year 2045. So what this movie is about is pretty much about virtual reality, before virtual reality was like a thing nowadays. So pretty much everybody goes there to escape their lives. Like their lives, they live, I don't know if you guys can tell, like here most of the people live in like mobile homes stacked
on top of
each other, and it's just their way of getting away from life, and everybody goes in. Well, the creator who made the virtual reality, when he died, he had like these like hidden eggs type of deals, but they were hidden keys that if you got all 3 keys you can get like this big huge prize. Well, there's this big old company who of course has got like millions and millions of people, and slave people who don't pay certain things. They get them to come in and pretty much try to find these keys and beat certain parts of the game. Well, you have to also figure out what the clues are too, and the main character, who's played by Ty Sheridan, he knows anything and everything about the creator, and he figures everything out.
Well, he really
truly loves the virtual reality, the whole game aspect, everything. It means so much to him. Like, you get to create your character. It doesn't matter how you create. You could actually create it as Marvin the Martian, which you did see Marvin the Martian in there.
You saw Sonic. You saw a bunch of cool characters from
some Street Fighter characters. The Iron Giant was in it.
That was cool.
That was really cool. And then plus you got to see things like from certain movies that were brought into the game. Like at one point, the racing one, King Kong is in it. You got the T-Rex in it. I mean, you've got so many different things that are in this that you literally have to look for those hidden Easter eggs on which characters were what.
Yeah,
which was awesome.
And it's a Steven Spielberg film.
Yes.
This is probably one of his best films I've seen in a long time, since The Goonies and E.T.
Yeah.
Really, at least for me.
I really
did
enjoyed
like
it.
Minority Report. She did not. Hopefully we get that on 4K at some point. I'm hoping. But this movie was. I've seen it when it came out in 2018. She did not. But even rewatching it years later, it kept my attention like I was rewatching the entire movie for the first time again.
Yep.
But there is some cool information on this. This movie was shot on a combination of digital cameras capable of 3.2K resolution and traditional 35mm film, which was later mastered to a 2K digital intermediate. The 4K presentation is, for a majority of the runtime, razor sharp, with a few softer moments sprinkled throughout, but none which is terribly distracting. But with that being said, can you tell the difference between the 2K and the 4K? Not really. To be honest with you, you could not tell this was upscaled from 2K to 4K or 3.2 up to 4K. I mean, the picture looked excellent.
Yes.
Like I said, we watch on an OLED, so it's a lot of darkness to this movie. So, and the scenes are so quick. So if you don't have the proper TV to handle the fast-moving scenes, you're going to be in trouble.
Or the proper player as well, because your player is going to have to be able to keep up with everything going on for the screen. So you're gonna have to have both.
Yeah, but the picture was absolutely beautiful from the entire movie to the very end.
To end.
Yeah, it once just sitting down watching it, it hooks you in. Especially when you see all them different characters that you might remember from back in the day. You see them, and you're like, you want to keep watching because you get to see all the different Easter eggs throughout the movie.
You're looking for them too.
Yes. So Steven Spielberg did an excellent job on this. Even though this was a 2K to 4K, I don't think you would notice very much.
Not at all.
To me, it looked like a 4K that was just fresh out of the theater. That's what it looked like to me. There was no blur whatsoever. Now, it did have Dolby Atmos in it. And the very beginning of the movie, you have like classical music. So if you're into classical music, it takes off. You hear it in every single speaker going around your room.
Yep.
And then everything hits. It goes into your video game world. So this was a good movie for me because I love video games.
And you love movies. So it was like a combined in one.
Yeah. So now you do have some special features. You have Game Changer Cracking the Code, which is a documentary made of cast and crew interview touching on various aspects of the production with tons of BTS footage strewn throughout. Effects for a Brave New World, like the title implies, a piece dedicated to the visual effects from concept art and the practical effects to the CG images and the use of motion capture. Ernie and Ty's Excellent Adventure. The star and writer reunite in their hometown of Austin, Texas as they prepare for the premiere and reminisce on their time spent making the movie. High Score Endgame, discussion on the music of Alan Silvestri. It seems like he does every movie. And his work marks his first collaboration with the legendary filmmaker. Level Up Sound for the Future, a closer look at the sound design and a moment of work that went into complementing the visuals. And the 80s, You're the Inspiration. Yes, this was pretty much gave you the 80s feel when you were watching it.
Yes.
The cast and crew talked about how the decade played an integral role in the movie and heavily influenced the story. So you got plenty of special features on there.
Absolutely.
Grade, movie itself, just the entertainment value, 5 out of 5. It drew me in because I love playing video games, especially seeing older characters, especially from Looney Tunes. That was cool to see characters from Looney Tunes, especially Marvin the Martian walking out. That was very cool to see him. Of course, you've seen Sonic, and of course Iron Giant, like stuff you grew up with. And the picture, 5 out of 5 for me.
Absolutely.
Dolby Atmos, 5 out of 5. It hit on every single beat of the movie, especially the music. In the beginning, it just set it off. Your whole room was surrounded with sound the entire movie, unless there was a down spot, which was not very much.
No.
It pretty much took off, and that was it.
And stayed all the way till the end.
So, special features, 5 out of 5, obviously, because you got over 3 hours of special features that you can watch. So, with documentaries and interviews and all that and whatnot. And 5 out of 5 down the board for me on this. Would I recommend buying this? Definitely. If you have not seen it, even if you don't like video games, it is worth a watch.
Yes.
I'm not a VR person, I never have been, but this was just a movie you just watch to see the old school video games and just the characters. And
because you did get the like old school video game parts in it, which was very good.
That's where the 80s came in. So that's when stuff was great in the 80s, believe it or not.
That's when games were hard as hell.
Yeah. But figure I grew up in the 90s. You grew up the end of the 90s and the 2000s, so I got the best. Well, the 80s I was too young, but I got to watch some cool movies when I was younger, like Porky's. I got to watch that when I was at a young age. So I got to learn about glory holes and all of that kind of stuff at a young age. So I knew what it was as I got older.
Yeah.
So, but this is one of the best Warner Brothers transfers I think I've seen in a while.
Yes.
Even over the new movies that they've been putting out. So would I recommend picking this up right now? Yes, I would. We'll give the link down below.
You probably can't get the Steelbook anymore.
Probably not.
But I will link whatever one I could find.
Yeah, but give it a watch. It's definitely worth it. Trust us, both of us on this.
Yes.
5 out of 5. Like, comment, subscribe. See you on the next one.